This is Gage with Lucky Line Roofing. We're here at 2305 Constrllation Drive, Livingston, Montana, for Robert Hester's claim. This is a Malarkey weathered wood architectural shingle, and this is just one of the many shingles that need to be replaced. As you can see, this one has a hole in it on two different sides. There's several other shingles just on this little porch roof alone, which is a small section of the roof, and we're just showing the repairability process and why specifically that these shingles can't be replaced. One is the color of the shingle is different now compared to when they initially installed it, but obviously there's some mismatching on the back. So the bigger concern is, and I didn't even have to pop the seal strip. These shingles have a seal strip on the bottom that connects to the shingle above and below it on the nail line, which is right here, that seals these shingles together. And many of these shingles are not sealed down due to windstorms that we've recently had just in the last month and a half. So the initial part of the repair is that you would pop the seal strip, which again is already done. You take a flat bar and carefully pry up the nails underneath the top shingle. And we've even went a step further and made a little tool that has a reverse hook on it. So you can then come and take these nails out without damaging the shingle above it. And there's two rows of shingles. There's the row from the shingle above it, and then there's the row of the shingle that you're replacing. So you then have to take this, see this one's also loose. But you then do the same thing to the shingle above the shingle that you are replacing. Total of 12 nails, and now your shingle will right out. 1 second. Right out. Now that was a total of 6 nails, so we have 6 holes to fill back in. And the issue is now we have 6 spots where there are holes inside of our roofing underlayment. And in this flat roof specifically, it's all high temp, or not high temp, Malarkey Arctic Seal is what it is. But if water ever gets under these shingles, whether it's failed flashing or, you know, a bad wind-driven rain, these holes will leak. The underlayment that's underneath the shingles are now compromised. And even when we put a new shingle in, if water ever gets underneath this shingle, which a lot of the times it does, especially in our Montana climate, we're gonna have nail holes right here underneath this shingle that, whether it be condensation or, like I said, failed flashing or wind-driven rain, the roofing is compromised. The roofing underlayment is compromised. There's no way to line up a nail exactly in the same spot where it used to be. And so the only thing to fix that is to put more synthetic or more peel and stick underlayment over top of those holes. So if water ever did get underneath these shingles, and you know, on one shingle, maybe not such a big deal, but when you got 9 and they're all mismatched on different pitches, it's just not code compliant. The roof deck has to have another layer of protection, some sort of vapor barrier. And in this roof's case, and in our climate, it has to be a synthetic underlayment, or depending on your pitch, a peel and stick underlayment. So the only way then to repair any shingle on this roof is to tear these shingles off and dry in, or put a piece of underlayment underneath this shingle, but then the top of your lap is exposed. So if you start here, you would have to lap this underlayment with another piece of underlayment all the way to the top where it's concealed behind the flashing. So if we replace any of these, we need to pull these shingles and dry in with new underlayment. Otherwise we have nail holes. One other quick note to mention is that Malarkey Roofing Products back in January of 2023 changed the dimensions of their 30 and 50-year architectural shingle. These are 30-year Highlander is what they called. The 50 years are Legacy. All of them were changed from 39 inches in length to 40 inches in length. And so all of these shingles are going to be exactly 1 inch short of what they need to be. So at the very least, we need 2 shingles to properly stair step and offset these, so that way there's no gaps between the shingles. And we're also going to need sealants if we do repair, which we can't repair, to seal back down the tar strips of the shingles on top, which there's a lot. There's a lot that I think maybe the inspector had missed. I'm sure nobody wants to get on top of a roof and check every single shingle, but these shingles wave during a windstorm, which we do have a video of. So thank you for watching.